True life balance is BS. Michael McLean, badassbrotherhood.com. The toughest advice for the toughest businessmen. I wanted to shoot this quick video. I'm with Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank on this idea of life balance. For the last 19 years, I have built my world daily, my personal world, my business world. I've really designed my own planet or my own society, whatever words you want to use, so that I never ever have to escape from my life. I never have to vacation from my life. Every decision I've made over the last 19 years is based on the premise, does this fit inside my world? Does this person fit inside this world? Does this habit fit inside this world? Does this ritual fit inside my world? Does this type of business fit inside my world? And for the last 19 years, I've used one word, the most powerful word in the English language, a complete sentence, no, 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 99% of the time, to cut the rope, curate, get rid of negative, toxic people, negative, toxic habits, and to 365, every single day, no days off, build my world. And you've got to constantly be curating. You need to be constantly filtering. You need to be constantly using the swift sword, because your world is never stagnant. It's just constant and never-ending improvement. You're either growing or your world is dying. But to me, it's about those two words. It's about personal sovereignty. And those two words and personal sovereignty, that's different for every businessman. My personal sovereignty is a lot different than your personal sovereignty. But at the end of the day, we need to be building a world every single day that we don't need to escape from. Like 99% of businessmen and entrepreneurs now are completely disconnected from themselves emotionally, psychologically. They're disconnected from their families, from their children, from their wives, and tragically disconnected from themselves. I mean, they're literally walking around, with an umbilical cord looking for somewhere to plug it in, completely lost, completely sedated, sleepwalking through their lives, living lives on other people's terms. They've surrendered their freedom. They've surrendered their independence. They've become slaves to their own business. That they live in man-made prisons of their own making. So what I teach and promote world building is the exact opposite, the polar opposite of that. It's about reclaiming your freedom. It's about reclaiming your independence, your control, your autonomy, and building your personal sovereignty. Your world, your rules, your world, your terms. We get one shot at this. We get one opportunity at this. Time is finite. Your energy is finite. Use it building the world of your dreams. What do you want your marriage to look like? What do you want your marriage to feel like? What do you want your relationship with your children to look like, to feel like, to be like? What do you want your physical health to be like? What do you want your mental health to be like? How much time do you want to spend working? How much time do you want to spend reading? How much time do you want to spend training your body? How much time, where do you want to travel? How do you want to, how many hours per week do you want to work? What do you want? That's the answer to personal sovereignty. I mean, I was a slave to my businesses. I was a slave to my companies up until 19 years ago, when my dad, he told me for years, he said, making money is simple. Making money is simple. Work hard, work smart, be a promoter, be a salesperson. But he says how you make your money is critical. He said you need to make your money the opposite way of the 99%. The businessman and entrepreneur who's living an existence of quiet desperation, literally existing in a man-made prison. You want the opposite of that. So my dad kept reaffirming to me, he's like, Michael, when you're thinking of building your company or starting something new or hiring a new employee or whatever it is, you know, think of it like a world. How do you want this business world? He said, you know, it's a world. And he goes, don't allow anything in it that you don't want, and always be curating, always be filtering, always be using the swift sword, but build it the way you want it. It's the same as building a hockey team or a football team or a baseball team. You need to build it the way that you want it. And, you know, when it comes to personal sovereignty, it's so critical. It's so critical that you ask yourself every single day, what do you want? I ask this question of my private clients, my world builders, my book buyers, my mastermind members, and it's the toughest question I ever ask them, and it's the toughest question I'll ever ask you, and it's the toughest question that I answer almost every day of my life as I build my world, year after year, week after week, month after month, decade after decade. What do I really want? And then I write it down in my journal, and it changes from, you know, month to month. It changes from year to year. But at the end of the day, people are so disconnected from themselves, they don't know what they want. They have no clue. They can't answer the question. What do you want your marriage to be like? What do you want your relationship with your kids? How much freedom? How much do you want to travel? What do you want to build next? What's the next championship you're chasing? What do you want? That's the number one most powerful question any entrepreneur or businessman can answer. It's as personal can be. And then once you answer that question, build your world around that. Build your personal world around that. Build your business world around that. And then you'll gradually build a society, a planet, whatever you want to call it, that you never, ever, ever need to escape from. And Kevin O'Leary, I mean, he said it best in one of his quotes where he said, you know, it's not about money. I mean, once you make some money, it's about the freedom that money provides. It's not about the money. And you talk to anybody that has, you know, they have independence, they have control, they have autonomy. They also have wealth. And that's the key thing that wealth brings, is it brings freedom of choice. The more money and more wealth you have, when you get yourself into a safe harbor position, when I got myself into a safe harbor financial position 7 years ago, what did that do? That increased the opportunities I had and the choices I had. 19 years ago, I had no choices because I had no money and I had no wealth and I had no personal sovereignty. I had no safe harbor position. I'm just like getting up every day and trying to pay the bills, trying to make payroll, trying to pay my taxes, trying to exist in a prison that I made for myself, a man-made business prison. So the opposite of that is what money gives you, what wealth gives you is choices. And anybody that ever feeds you BS about, well, you know, money doesn't buy happiness and all this other stuff. Maybe it does or it doesn't. I know lots of miserable SOBs that have $30 million in the bank. But the reality is money will give you choices. Money will give your family choices. Money will give your children your choices, your grandkids choices. Choices to where you live, the world you build, the school that your children and grandchildren go to, where you and your wife vacation, what you spend time on, things like this. And Kevin O'Leary, you know, he talks about it's all about the freedom. And as far as it comes down to life balance, I've never, ever, ever believed in life balance. I learned that in pro hockey and amateur hockey. The secret is to love what you do. The secret is to have a burning obsession and passion for what you want to do. Whatever that is, it can be entrepreneurship, it can be marketing, it can be sports, whatever it is, you have to enjoy what you do. It doesn't mean that every day is unicorns and oh, I love this and you know this, I'm making a difference and all this kind of other stuff you hear all the time. There's lots of days I don't want to shoot videos. There's lots of days I don't want to write copy. There's lots of days that I don't want to be an entrepreneur. But those are few and far between because I'm in control. I'm building my own world. I've got my personal sovereignty. But at the end of the day, you got to enjoy what you do, or you're not going to be very good at it. And if you're good at it, you're not going to be very good at it for long. So you have to ask yourself back to that question, what do I really want in business? What do I really want to do? What's your passion? My passion is marketing, promotion, and advertising. And my other passion is coaching and consulting. I'm just as happy coaching businessmen as I am coaching hockey players, as I am coaching the kids power skating. And any business I'm in, I'm just as happy in the barbershop business as I am in the insurance business, as I am in the coaching business, because what? My passion is marketing, sales, and advertising. So when I'm working on the marketing and the sales and the advertising, I don't care if I'm selling pillows or solar panels or floor tiles or running a car wash. What my passion that'll get me up early and keep me up late is the marketing. Whatever business I own, I'm going to be running the marketing. I'm going to be designing the marketing. I'm going to be shooting the videos. I'm going to be writing the emails. I'm going to be producing the newsletters. So what do you really want? And what do you love to do? What can you not talk about? What is something that you do where if you're engrossed in it, time stands still? Like when I'm watching hockey videos, when I was coaching hockey, time just disappears because I can sit there and I can study game film for 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, just engrossed in it because it's my passion, it's my obsession. It's the same when I'm reading marketing books or newsletters or writing copy or designing systems or procedures for my business. I just get lost in it because I love it. I'm obsessed with it. I have a passion for it. And then that helps me be more successful. It doesn't make every day easy or simple. It's just what's your passion? What's your obsession? And how can you do more of that? And that's where money and wealth comes in, because when you have money and you have wealth and you're in a safe harbor position, you can spend more of your time doing what you're good at, what you're passionate and obsessed about, and what brings you the most money. In other words, you can get out of the day-to-day grind and do the things that you're obsessed with. I'm obsessed with marketing, advertising, promotion, and coaching. Well, all those things are high money bringing activities. So that works hand in hand. As I was in business over the last 19 years, what's the difference between building my own world and when I was trapped in my man-made prison? The difference is now I get to spend all my time on activities, one, that I'm good at, there's a couple of them, and two, they're money bringing activities. Before, I was just trapped in the day-to-day. I was doing minimum wage activities. They were wearing me out mentally and physically. So what has wealth brought me? What has money brought me? The ability to do more of the things that I'm passionate about, I'm obsessed about, but also that I'm good at. You can't do things that are a constant grind. Who wants to grind through life? You know, rise and grind. That drives me crazy when I hear that. Sure, coaching hockey is a grind. Sure, running a business is a grind. But it's not the goal. The goal is to build a world where you get to spend the majority of your time doing what you're really good at and what you're really obsessed and passionate about. And then you have a chance to win. Then you have a chance to win. Do you think Nick Saban in Alabama likes football? He fucking loves football. It's everything. It's in his DNA. It's in his blood. It's part of his family. You know, he doesn't need to escape from football. He doesn't need to take a vacation from football. He is football. It's not what he does. It's who he is. It's the same with Steve Jobs. As an example, do you think that guy, that guy goes on a vacation and what does he do? He reads books on growing his company. He would drive his employees crazy with ideas and distinctions. Like, what have I done over here the last 6 days on this vacation with Chris. Krista and I are on a husband-wife vacation here, but I'm just constantly reading books on business and other coaches and marketing. And it's not work. It's because it's what my passion and obsession is. And that helps with the grind. That helps make it not such a grind, that I love what I'm doing. So once again, what do you really want in your personal life and in your business life? What world do you want to build, and what are you passionate and obsessed about? What do you love doing? And that's what O'Leary was talking about. He says, then work and life are seamless. When you love what you do, you don't need to escape from it. When you love what you do, you don't need to be constantly looking toward the next vacation, because you live in a seamless world where work is life and life is work. And if you ever get to that point, I'm telling you right now, seamless world building is the greatest blessing on life, where it's just like, I'm reading, I'm copywriting, I'm walking, I'm talking to Marc-Andre and Leanne about different things. My life, work and life, my life is my work, and my work is my life. And that's that seamless world building where, I don't need to escape from my life. I built it so I don't need to escape. And vacations are great, but I'm not looking forward to the next one so that I can escape. I've built a life and I've built a world that I no longer need to escape from. So answer those two questions. What the hell do you really want in all the different areas of your life? Your business, your marketing, your marriage, your children, your legacy, your physical health, your mental health. What do you really want? And secondly, okay, how can you build it? How can you build this world around the answers to those questions? And wealth is freedom. Wealth is the ability to buy time. Wealth is the ability to give yourself more options, more opportunities, more adventures, and to level up all areas of your life. So that's it for today. I'm coming up to the deadline. I'm launching a brand new 12-page paper and ink newsletter, and you can learn more about it and subscribe. You need to go to badassletter.com. That's badassletter.com. And my first edition of my world building letter is coming out in August, in a couple of weeks. And if you want to subscribe, you need to go to badassletter.com. And what am I teaching each and every month with this paper and ink newsletter? I'm teaching you how I've built my world over the last 19 years. I'm teaching how I escaped my own man-made prison, how I escaped, that life where I was trapped every single day created a world that I don't need to escape from anymore. A world where I don't need to, wait for the next vacation to be happy. A world where it's seamless living. A world where my work is my life and my life is my work. So if you're interested in leveling up and taking that next level, that top 1% world building level, and making your life a masterpiece, then go to badassletter.com and subscribe today. Some great bonuses in there as well. So that's it. Back to, we're heading to pick up Emery later today. It is the final day of our King and Queen mini vacation. Krista and I have enjoyed here. It's been absolutely fantastic. Wonderful meals, golfing, four-wheeling, ATVing, talking, reading, swimming, you name it. And just great to connect and disconnect here up in the Muskokas for a few days. So that's it for today. 2 words that can change your life. 2 words that changed my life. Be relentless.